Oilersnation After Dark begins now.
Well, it truly is a Sunday fun day this afternoon. Something tells me that a couple workers might be a little late to work tomorrow, might not show up to work at all.
Who?
Tomorrow, Jay Downton, this is my official statement. I will be there. I might be late, and I might be a little bit quiet
You see us
tomorrow
all for the Tuesday meeting.
because the Edmonton Oilers just shit stomped the Dallas Stars by a score of 6-1. Arguably, Stuart Skinner's best performance of the NHL playoffs, and he didn't record a shutout in this hockey game. Depth scoring, top line scoring, front to back, the Oilers were in control. Even in the second period, lost momentum for a little bit there, and then Connor McDavid. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. All that momentum the Stars built up in the second period. Pop that balloon. McDavid with 18 seconds left. As Lance Kane says, better than anybody, it's a motherfucking cup. Yeah, hello and welcome to Oilers Nation After Dark. I'm your host, Aaron Bordato, and ONAD. It's a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today because whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Now, Coombsy, my co-host this afternoon, nailed it 1 for 1 there. Coombsy, there's a rumor that was going around. I think it's going around the city. Was going around this building, going around everywhere, in that it might, in fact, be a motherfucking cup year because the Edmonton Oilers looked unbelievable this afternoon. Give me a vibe check, brother.
Home ice advantage, man. The Oilers went into Dallas and they split, and then they came back, and unlike last year when the Oilers laid an egg in Game 3, they didn't have any momentum coming back from Dallas last time. This time they won Game 2, and they came back to Edmonton with all the momentum, and they maintained it. I mean, now they're up 2-1 going into Game 4 at Edmonton on Tuesday, and you have a really good chance to put the Dallas Stars down 3-1 on the brink of elimination going back to Dallas in Game 5. Look at what's happening in the Eastern Conference. The Florida Panthers are very likely going to sweep the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes haven't won a conference final game since the second Bush administration. It looks like Florida's got this thing wrapped up. So the Oilers have to look at that and say, I'm going to match that and finish off the Stars in 5 games.
That's the most Coombsy reference you could ever find to work in. That, glorious. We're off to a hot start. I don't know if you guys saw pregame today, but we were in our bag earlier, and something tells me we will be again this afternoon. Also, I mean, it's crazy to say, but that was arguably Dallas's best game of the series, and they still lost by 5 goals in this hockey game. A lot to unpack before we do that. I do want to give a quick shout out to Budweiser. This Bud's for you, baby. Come on down to downtown Edmonton right now and have a couple Buds. Shout out to them. They've been brewing Budweiser in Edmonton for 45 years. They have now partnered up with legendary Edmontonian Mark Messier. They've got the Edmonton cases with the Edmonton cans all around the city right now, where Lance Kane told me earlier they are available at Liquor House on the north side. Didn't get an address, didn't get anything, but he said there was a shit ton of cases available down there. Before we unpack, let's get caught up in the chat here because something tells me there's going to be a lot of spice in here, a lot of good vibes going on. Austin kicks it off with a super chat that's in support of the Ben Stilter Foundation, a cause that does incredible things locally here, helping out families dealing with members who have cancer, cancer research, and magical experiences for the families. Austin, our house, our time, hope will never die for Ben, for oil country, for all of us. Cup, yeah, baby.
Cup, yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave you up here. A lot of people complain about the music in Greta Baryeg. I read the comments. I don't know what to tell you. It's an incredible vibe. If the Oilers win, we're going to get some crowd noise. Mackay and Dry, 279. Rupe, your team is Poupe, and a bigger fiasco than Lupe.
Of course.
Ben drops it. I'll be the captain. Stuart Skinner is the captain right now, $20. And to think this team was eliminated from the playoffs not but 2 games ago. Let's go. Oilers Rat Boys in. $10. Sorry, babe, my Stu jersey stays on tonight. There's a couple of those, Mackay and Dry. Similar. Sorry, babe, I'm going to need you to wear a Stu mask tonight to get me going.
Show the mustache.
Cheryl just put in $13.99 with nothing. Cheryl, we love you and we appreciate you. Stu jersey must stay on. So I guess it's not stars in 5. LOL from Ryan. Quick math check. Yes, in fact, it is not stars in 5. Matthias Janmark, this is the best Oilers team I have seen. I'll be the captain. Says, cup yeah, baby.
Cup, yeah.
Keanu, who I haven't seen in a minute. What an absolute beatdown by the Oilers. Ryan S., 36 out of 37. Stuart Skinner's mustache in the chat. Where y'all at now? My mustache has the same sentiment as his. Fighting Amish. 973 save percentage for our dude Stu. Stu stood on his head. Our time. We're going streaking. And Connor Brown, play Pink Pony La Bamba. Shout out DJ Bose because he was doing incredible stuff. Zombie by the Cranberries, Jake Ottinger. We're in your head, in your head, in your head. And then a little Pink Pony Club to close things out. Brett, you got something for me?
Yeah, I do. It's funny you bring up Pink Pony Club. I'm in a group chat as I'm getting Lance yelling at my ear. You bring up Pink Pony Club. It was Brendan Escott, who great buddy of mine, who tweeted that out, and which has obviously caught fire. In our group chat, a friend of ours who you met today said,
I've met him 100 times, Brett.
yes, I'm just saying it for the show. He goes, Esco, how does it feel to be responsible for every bar in Edmonton playing Pink Pony Club right now? And Escott responded, I fucking love it, boys. I can't lie.
Look who's right next to you. The very guy that you are
Big
talking
D.
about right now. Big D.
Big D.
Tammy's in, $20, my queen. 2 down and 2 to go. Dialed in, stick taps, hearts. For Ben, always a cup, yeah.
Up, yeah.
Southpaw's in, 669. Edmonton Revenge Tour 2025. I'll get the shirt. Klingberg getting in on the action too. Motherfucking cup, yeah. Grimsy. Cup, yeah. QF Pros in $5. Graveyard shift into matinee Oilers game. I've been awake for 28 hours and I have more energy than when I started. Yeah, Budweiser. That'll do that to you. Oilers in 5, baby. Keep on doubting us. Dog Bones Barbecue, $10. Just an awesome tilt with everyone chipping in from the first to the fourth line. Let's send Dallas packing on Tuesday. Stu Cup, yeah.
Cup, yeah.
Dude guy 777. Oh, my pants just shrank a little. Amen, brother. Let's go, Oilers. Don't forget. Cup, yeah.
Cup, yeah.
Southpaw's in, 669. Shun the non-believers. Shun. Shame. Looking at you, Super Gremlin, who continues. My buddy that you all know I keep talking about is literally shit-talking Stuart Skinner right now. How is that even possible? Mr. Cates, did Dallas just get goalied by Stu? Cup, yeah.
Cup, yeah.
Heart stick taps for Ben and Tammy's Grammy. Also, Embarrassed American said, look at that natural light in the Bordzy hole. It's just our day.
What's the Bordzy
It's just
hole?
a Sunday.
Bend over and I'll show you.
That's for your morning
Shows
routine. Is that part of your morning routine?
Yeah, it's part of the superstition. Nope, put a pin in that one. Dallas had no answer
I'm a little
for the Oilers forecheck and back check, despite the shot clock. A little forecheck, back check. What, Brett, comes after that?
Paycheck.
Soggy Corpse, $5. Stu is a Stanley Cup caliber goalie. Suck on that, you Dallas Goobers. There we go. Foot on the neck. Finish the series. We are so hot right now. It's not Hansel. It's the Edmonton Oilers who are so hot right now. Cup, yeah.
Cup, yeah.
And that is it for the Super Chats, at least to start this one. Brett, let me know what we've already raised in the chat because something tells me, dude, I could stay live for 8 hours tonight after this one.
Propane accessories.
I sell propane
I sell propane and propane accessories.
So where do we even start from here? The Edmonton Oilers, they score the first goal of the game. They get a multi-goal lead. They keep the multi-goal lead. And Stuart Skinner, I think the conversation, I get they won by 5 goals, but I think Stuart Skinner was the MVP, should be the first star tonight, only allowing 1 goal. We've been begging for it. We're either getting perfect or .830 save percentage. We beg for something in the middle. I'll never complain about a shutout, but we look for that. And like I mentioned off the hop, that was weirdly enough arguably Stuart Skinner's best game of the playoffs. A bunch of miraculous saves, big ones on the power play, robbing Matt Duchene in the dead slotted points, just save after save after save, being there. The guy for the Edmonton Oilers right now, he is hot.
Yeah, I think what we sort of saw tonight, or today, I guess, in the afternoon, in the Game 3 win for the Oilers was there's a wide variety of ways that Edmonton can win games. It's not just scoring goals in the top players and doing that head-to-head against Dallas's best guys. It's rock solid defense and very good goaltending. The Oilers are far from the team people said they were 5 years ago when people said, oh, yeah, no, this is just Connor McDavid dragging a bunch of dipshits through the playoffs. It's not that at all. This is a deep team who's good at everything. They can win low-scoring games and high-scoring games. They can beat Dallas 6-1, 5-1. They can do a wide variety of different things. Dallas played a good game. They weren't bad in this game. They didn't not show up. It wasn't that at all. The Oilers just played incredibly well. It was one of the best games we've seen the Oilers play in years.
Really was, man. Sunday fun day through and through. Rick, grab the headset and a chair, and you can come on if you want. The headset's in the box. It's in the box. Brett, help him out. Oh, box is right there. There you go, over there. Look at this. If you should, actually, I mean, we can just do a quick shout out here as well. Sunday afternoon, Greta Bar Yeg. They're incredible. It wasn't a nation event. This bar packed, the sun shining. The AC was actually on inside the bar, so it was a very nice temperature. All the surprises after every single Edmonton Oilers goal. The surprises today were, in fact, Jägermeister, so it was a little delicious. Coombsy, vibes never disappoint. And I tell you right now, if you're at home, you were at the game, you need to make your way on down to Greta Bar Yeg for an excellent, excellent time. It hit once again. This little ballsy choice for you to wear because it's boiling hot out on the patio, and you were there the whole time. Brett, just hand it to me.
I put this on at about 10:45 a.m., and I thought, you know what, it's going to be a kind of breezy, cool day, and I thought we're going to see a wide array of different temperatures, but what it's turned out to be is like 25 degrees and sunny, like a beautiful summer day in Edmonton. I'm saying, like, when do you get the chance to have an Oilers playoff matinee afternoon game? When does this ever happen? It never happens. This is the third time in team history the Oilers have ever hosted a matinee game in the playoffs, and the two other times they've done it before, 1997 and 1998, they lost those two games that they hosted in the playoffs those years. So the Oilers were hosting a matinee playoff game because it was a Memorial Day weekend in the U.S. They have some MLS soccer games. Cincinnati FC is playing tonight. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be exciting. So they had to get this Oilers game finished with fast. And now we can get fucked up for the entire evening and not go to work tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
Jay Downton, that is legally binding as well because a couple coffees I think are going to be had this afternoon and this evening. We can bring him on now. Are you going to grab a chair?
You going to grab a chair? Or do you want to sit on my lap?
Okay, we're going to get the chair, and then I'll bring on Rick in just a moment. He's been waiting, foaming at the mouth the last couple games. Specifically right now, he wants to fire off his Oiler takes because the superstition of waking up at 5 a.m. to eat 5 chicken fingers.
And doing what?
The man has it dialed in. Rick, thoughts?
That's not necessarily the superstition. The superstition is 5 chicken fingers to represent the 5 Stanley Cups we have, and they need to be eaten between 5 and 6 because we're between cups 5 and 6. I understand that 5 p.m., 6 p.m., but technically 17 to 18. We're not working on the Army clock here.
I'm not military time.
However, like to make sure that I nailed today's, I had to make a decision. I had to make a commitment. That commitment was I had the alarm set for 5:15. I brought the chicken fingers home last night. I put them in the air fryer to be like, but all I had to do is get up and find the button with my eyes closed, and we nailed it. Sat down, put back 5 chicken fingers.
It sounds like you're talking about the moonlight.
Oh, buddy. Nailed it. This was actually real, though. I have fucking footage.
Okay, let me do a quick ad read here, and we can bring the chair on. Shout out to Will Hawk Beef Jerky, Brett's Beef, if you will, Brett's Jerky as well. Sponsored. They're fantastic. You can pick them up exclusively out of their Leduc location. Come on down there, or for more information and to get Will Hawk Beef Jerky on, head on over to willhawkbeefjerky.com. They were fantastic. I haven't had Will Hawk in about 1 or 2 weeks. My house is normally usually covered in it. Sorry, I'm trying to make my way to slide over for our pal Rickolas. All right, Rick, you get to join us here. We don't get Devin Dubnik, but this afternoon you're going to get my boy Rick. Initial thoughts.
Kind of the same thing.
You were just laughing at me off camera there as I said, dude, Stuart Skinner, another fantastic performance. Ben, people discussed why is it only the best or the absolute worst. That's what I wanted to set you up for right here because on pregame day I said, hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not fucking complaining about 3 shutouts in 4 games, but would you agree maybe, Rick, this might have been his best performance yet?
100% it was. But listen, when it comes to that, the team in front of them plays so much different for the shutouts as opposed to the 4, 5, 6 goals against. Like, it is not terribly hard to go back and review each goal and see where there's a mistake made over here and here and here. It's like saying That one goal that was it Sagan on the breakaway? It's like blaming him for that. Yet there was the cough up at the blue line. Why are we ignoring that? Like I understand it's
a lazy argument. It's a lazy argument.
Exactly. It's so easy to sit there and just put so much hate on Skinner for this, that, and the other thing. You actually can't go and find a lot of goals where you're like, that was a terrible goal. There's goals at the end of the game. There's a game you're looking at it and go, hey, listen, I wish you made one save. Which one? I don't know, but we keep one of them on the net. But all of those were because of mistakes ahead of the game.
And today, Stuart Skinner made those saves in the clutch when you needed him. That's the argument always right from everyone. He's not making the save. That's what Calvin Pickard did. Stuart Skinner, the boy is red hot right now, and he's playing well. You know who else is also red hot?
They're boxing them out, too, and they're taking care of the rebounds.
Dude, and they're blocking shots. Yes. They're getting sticks in passing lanes.
They're doing so much
for the goaltender when they need. You can tell that it is desperation, do or die, Final Four hockey right now, where every night they're unloading the clip. And the scary part is Matthias Ekholm hasn't been in the lineup yet, and he still is yet to return and may return in the series.
You know who else hasn't been here yet? Games 4-7 Skinner.
Goddamn right. Games 4-7 Chris Knobloch as well.
Buddy.
Oh, we're just gassing ourselves.
Jeff Skinner. I'm telling you. Jeff Skinner and Victor Arvidsson, baby. Well, playing chess.
Max Jones.
What's next?
Up in the press box.
Noah Philp.
Don't laugh on the Arvidsson thing.
Never know.
Hey.
If Brownie's actually down, that's your auto swap, no?
So I don't want to get to the negativity just yet.
It's not negativity.
No, about the injury. I'm going to stick in positivity here.
Right.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, look at him. Look at the scrum lurkers in that interview right now. He had a fantastic performance. 3 apples on the afternoon, 16-21 ice time, 4 shots, and he has had this come all the way from where shall not be named.
No, but they're still the same name. You could name the name.
Okay. As I was saying, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, absolutely fantastic in this hockey game, whether it's with that top line, whether he's on the PK. Nuge, he's been putting up points. He now has 7 points in 3 games in this series. We talk about depth scoring, and it's not necessarily depth scoring when you're on the top line and the top power play, but it's not a Connor, not a Leon. Nuge, Coombsy, has been fantastic right now, and there's nothing like seeing the golden boy of the Edmonton Oilers performing like this in the clutch. What can you say about Nuge today?
Yeah, I think the story coming into this series was the fact that Dallas isn't getting really any depth scoring. They've had that really effective top line, the Finnish top line. Rupi Hintz, Mikael Granlund, and Mikko Rantanen have been their incredibly effective line. You look at the stars and you wonder, this team's not about top-level strength. It's about depth. And you look at Dallas and Edmonton and you think, okay, Dallas is the team with the depth. But that hasn't been the case in this series. The Oilers have been the better team depth-wise. I mean, if you try and focus all your efforts in stopping Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, there's half a dozen other players in the Oilers now, veteran players who can get the job done. I mean, it's not the same Oilers that were in the playoffs 4 or 5 years ago when there was 4 or 5 or 6 guys that you didn't want to even put on the ice at any situation. Now everybody on the Oilers, whether it's a power play guy, a penalty kill guy, an even strength guy, there's a lot of different players that can do a lot of different things. Enough to just rely on Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, one of those guys from the Oilers who does a whole bunch of different stuff. Good in the offensive zone, good in the defensive zone. He can win faceoffs, penalty kill, power play. This is what the Stars haven't been getting from all their veteran depth players. You think Tyler Seguin, Jamie Benn, Evgeny Dadonov haven't been particularly noticeable in this series, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has been a star in this series.
Zach Hyman also gets off the schneid in this hockey game. What can you say about Nugent-Hopkins?
So I said on ONR the other day that the key to winning was our secondary scoring. It's not depth scoring. I'm not looking at the fourth line, the third. Yeah. I'm looking at the tier.
Your Evander Kanes, your Hymans, your Nuges.
Yes, those are the guys, and those are the guys stepping up right now. But I want to bring something up here. Everybody wants to pump Rantanen's tires, right? Rantanen was really good in Colorado, was almost invisible in Carolina, and has had, 4 or 5 games where he has 17 points.
Yeah, good.
Outside of that, though, what has he done? He has not done anything in our series yet. And it's not like we've attached Leon to his hip because the first 2 games we're in Dallas, therefore we can't do that. And even this game, we weren't doing that same thing. I don't know what Rantanen is, but I am not scared of this guy. And I do not like his little nickname. There's one moose.
There's one moose, and he's sponsored by Budweiser here in Edmonton.
Yeah, and can we fix this? Wayne, you're in the dressing room. Can you not talk to somebody?
Dude, that Wayne speech was
Not
hard
in
to
favor
watch.
of a Canadian
That was
team, man.
hard to
Not
watch.
in favor
dude.
of a Canadian
Mikko
team.
Rantanen today does get an apple, 18 minutes, 2 shots, but I agree with you. And
He's not been the Rantanen that everyone said you should be scared of.
And that was just a couple clutch moments. And once again, all the credit to him for doing that
100%.
Game 7 against the Avs. But it's kind of where you look at a Leon Draisaitl type where I think him and Rantanen get paired, hey, maybe unfairly or fairly together because they both rode with the Nathan McKinnon at points. Leon Draisaitl can carry his own team, can carry his own line, can be the MVP.
Two different
Mikko
ways,
Rantanen
too.
is
Offense and defense.
And that's a
Rantanen
great point.
hasn't yet. Even I'm not going to say
true.
can't,
True.
just has not yet.
Absolutely. And
He's not going to lead a defense first line for the Stars.
No, yeah, you never flip him.
You're not going
and
to
tell him
put. You're not going to
shut
put Mikko Rantanen on the third line and say you're going to lead a shutdown line against
no.
Connor McDavid. It's not going to happen.
so
You're
there's
putting him out there hoping he finds offense. Hoping.
So there's one thing I want to talk about. I've mentioned it a lot with Devin Dubnyk, and it's just the crazy momentum swings that are the NHL playoffs, whether it's game to game, period to period. And we saw it this afternoon in the second period. The Dallas Stars, hey, they grabbed the momentum. They outshot the Oilers 21-7 in that second period. Yes, Coombsy, I see that. But the Oilers somehow, hey, they're losing a little bit of momentum. Jason Robertson scores that goal late in the third. But then, Rick, big-time players make big-time plays, and Connor McDavid rifles one past Jake Ottinger. You could feel it in the bar. I'm sure you could feel it in the building. The tide was turning in favor of the Stars. The building, while rowdy the entire afternoon, got to its quietest, I will say, in that second period. And then it's Connor McDavid making that huge play, giving the crowd new life. Us in the bar, we're going back outside. All anyone said, holy shit, I can't believe we scored that goal. We needed that goal with 18 seconds left.
100%. Even when Dallas scored, I don't think they were really turning the momentum, but it definitely puts you off your toes to a flat foot situation, not on the heels yet. And because of what happened in game 1 in that little 6 to 8 minute little window, I can understand why people started to take a deeper breath. But if you go back and look at the rest of the game, the rest of the series outside of this, the Edmonton Oilers bounce they're just a better team right now. They are just you can break it down this way, that way, this player, that player, but the Edmonton Oilers are the better team right now, and this series is so very close to the Eastern Conference series. I don't know why everybody wants to sit here and tell you that, hey, listen, this one's going to go 7, this one's so much closer. We are literally dominating them just as bad as Florida's doing to Carolina, and if it wasn't for about a 6 to 7 minute stretch in game 1, we would be up 3-0 right now, and both series would be looking identical, and the world would be just screaming about how, I don't know, if parity's gone, or you got to change the playoff format, or something.
How
but
Carolina hasn't won a playoff series since the second Bush administration.
man,
They haven't won a game in the conference finals.
That's right.
have you look up the comparisons to what Carolina's going through to what happens in a casino?
A cold
So-
streak? So they do.
Any type of streak. It is something. It is astronomical when you look at it. It's like Carolina to lose 15 Eastern Conference
It'll be
Finals.
16 come tomorrow.
Yeah, and you compare that to what you have to do in a casino, and it's like 5 blackjacks in a row or something. It blows your mind what is happening over there. But I tell you this right now, I'm enjoying every second of this because I was very upset in 06 after what happened.
But we're
And that's
also
what you
upset
get
in
for breaking my
2024.
goalie. I know, but we'll take on that team in a second.
They're facing each other, and there's no
we'll
win.
deal with that then. This is Oilers Nation After Dark about this hockey game, and there's been a lot of positivity here. I mean, hey, we're dispensing the Kool-Aid. We are drinking the Kool-Aid. Rick literally
want the
brought
Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid. Brett, take it off for a quick second. Gentlemen,
Oh, this guy be on camera?
Yep. You're going to throw an ad on?
tried out Kool-Aid. That was absolutely delicious, sponsored by Kool-Aid, and it's been very positive.
Jim
Do have to
Jones'
say-
Kool-Aid?
Yeah, exactly. We just dropped right here, right now.
Heaven's Gate.
Couple dark things. Connor Brown gets absolutely lit up by Alex Petrovic in, I believe it was the second period. I thought clear as day, shoulder to head contact.
Also
Hey,
jumped.
the refs missed it clearly. Connor Brown looked shaken up, kind of not immediately taken down the tunnel, but I assume that one comes from the concussion spotters. And he wasn't the only Edmonton Oiler that got a little banged up in this one. Did we all almost shit our pants when Ryan Nugent-Hopkins went flying into the boards trying to finish off a 2-on-1 with Connor McDavid? It's all a dark place in our minds and our hearts. We all remember Brandon Manning and Connor McDavid flying into the boards.
Remember Taylor Fadoon?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that one was bad
That
as
was
well.
gross. That was a
And when it's
that was a femur.
my sweet, sweet boy Ryan
Preseason.
Nugent-Hopkins, this whole bar silent. That building silent. And the crazy part was, Nuge got up pretty immediately. He missed a shift here and there, got back in the game, and then ends up finishing with 3 apples. Warrior from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Connor Brown injury stinks.
The thing that saved Nuge though, and this sounds weird, when you go crashing in the board like that, the best thing you can do is either go chest, like all chest or all back to the boards, and try and spread out all the impact on as much of the surface area as possible. If you go in on your shoulder, that's when you start to pop that stuff out. Like the fact he had and he did this on purpose, I almost guarantee you. He was going down, knew he was in trouble, and threw his whole body into the boards to try and spread out all the force of the impact and not knock a shoulder out.
You just made all that up, and you were looking for excuses.
No, I've been saying no.
I was looking for excuses.
I was yelling next door about that whole thing.
No, you saw me in my nice Lululemon top, and you were like, "I'm going to find a way to grab Kunzi's upper body."
It is very nice. It's very smooth.
Dude, it's
very
super
soft.
smooth, super
Wow.
soft.
He's
Also,
got biceps too, by the way.
the vibes in Greta right now, I can't believe it's only 4:30 in the afternoon
I can.
because it's getting Rick,
I
we
can.
are both out here. What can you say about, you're obviously a man who's downtown all the time, at He Who Shall Not Be Named down the road, but dude, I get to do it. We're down here every single game day. What can you say about the city pre-game this early today? The game's at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. There are trucks up and down with 6 flags on the back, Canadian flags, oil rigs, Stanley Cups, Let's Go Oilers, Cup years as they're driving by. You live it, I live it. What have you thought about the
those
energy?
trucks were going to be there today either way? I want to send out a big thank you to Mother Nature. The fact we are at 25, 26 degrees, not a cloud in sight. I can only see like a portion of the sky. There's not a cloud. I can't see one. I try. I'm not. The fact that we have this weather and a dub, everyone is feeling probably a little extra confident right now, and we should. We should. We have the best team in the league. Be confident. Know that this is probably over on Thursday. I'm saying it right now.
I have a
I will tell you this right now. It is over on Thursday. Why? Because I'm going to do my steps. We lost one game this series because I don't know if I can wear this shirt on TV even.
Oh yeah. Just
I got
roll
you.
over a little bit.
Anyways, there was this shirt. There was this shirt that was missing under the jersey in game 1, and I took it upon myself. That was on me. I sacrificed myself. Made sure I did my little chicken finger thing here today. I will have my routine knocked down for games 4 and 5. I'm going to 4. So if you're around me, like, cover your ears. It's going to get loud. But I'm telling you, boys.
It's
game 1.
It's a cup year.
You got to match what Florida's doing. Like
Game 1 against Florida. It's coming up.
You watch the Eastern Conference Finals, and you see what Florida's doing to Carolina, and you look from Edmonton's perspective. And I mean, you shouldn't be scoreboard watching. That's not how you should play your game in the playoffs. But you have to see, if you're the Oilers, the defending Stanley Cup champs who beat you, going through the playoffs, and they take down the Leafs in 7 games, tough series. And they beat the wheels off of Carolina. You have to see that and understand. We can't go to 7 with Dallas and be doing that in the Western Conference Final while our adversary, the team that beat us last year, is cruising through what they're doing. If Florida's most difficult series, look, they beat Tampa Bay in 5, Carolina, they're going to beat in 4 or 5. If Florida's most difficult series is the Leafs, is what Toronto can give them, Edmonton's got to go into this series in the Stanley Cup Final, having beaten Dallas quickly in 5 games.
I got a question for you. If the Oilers were to play the Leafs, what do you think the series was going to be?
6 games for Edmonton.
And it took Florida 7 to beat Toronto, correct?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Now hold on. And now I want. What do you think about the Carolina Hurricanes? Because I think the Carolina Hurricanes are pretty much the Toronto Maple Leafs.
They're terrified of.
Dude, I think they're a bunch of passengers.
They cannot face.
And I
absolutely.
think
there's no game breakers.
And
but that's been a problem for years.
If they go get Marner, this is the stupidest thing they could do. That's another person who just fits exactly what they are right now. They need to play outside that box. They do not have that.
Yeah, and it wasn't Mikko Rantanen. I'll tell you that one as well. Quickly here.
Marner in Chicago.
Do you guys want to relive the game with me and rewatch all the highlights?
Sure.
Go through the Greta Bar Yeg scoring summary brought to you by Greta Bar, arcade, bar, street food. Sorry, Rick, my favorite bar in the entire city. It's a fantastic time on the patio. All the nation events we got going down here, and we'll be here every single game of the NHL playoffs. Let's kick it off here. First goal of the game. Sometimes we skip the scoring summaries today. Damn it, there's my first one, Brett. They said tonight. Evan Bouchard with his 6th goal of the NHL postseason, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and one Brett Kulak. So Nuge takes it in down low, does a little button hook, puts it on a platter for one Evan Bouchard, where he is able to blast that one past one Jake Ottinger. I believe it stayed low on the ground. Look at Superfan Magoo. See that in your nightmares.
Pizza Boy's waiting for Game 7. He's like,
the Moss Pit looking absolutely fantastic. But Evan Bouchard, 6th goal of the postseason, 2nd goal of the series. Rick, I talked about it a lot on pre-gaming. It will be a clip that smashes tomorrow online. But Bouch, through and through, is becoming the number 1 D-man. And what I said on pre-gaming,
Where's the boss?
Before it was exactly.
Where's the boss, man?
Where's Jay Downton? Before it was, he plays with Matthias
Get his
Ekholm.
ass.
He covers his weaknesses. He
Where
plays
is
with
Jay?
Connor McDavid. He covers his weaknesses. Well, now he even plays on the PK as well. These two aren't even listening to what I'm saying.
I am.
Thoughts on Evan Bouchard?
This is why I want Evan Bouchard this regular season probably had, if you were to sign him to an 8-year contract, this was going to be his bottom year. Bottom year. That's his worst year. And where is
he's
he?
instantly recouped all his value.
But I'm telling you, this team, he can play this way. This whole team played the way he did in October, November, and December, and January. People have to get used to this because they are bored. That is not fun hockey. You know what's fun hockey? Playing in May 25.
but it's hot outside.
It's hot outside.
Not cold weather.
No, that's
Warm
not
weather.
fun. That's not even exciting. It's like getting excited for the second basket in a basketball game. You're like, it's 4-2. That's our second basket. There's going to be 73 baskets you guys are going to score. You're going to get traded with the second one? Of course you're not. They don't care until we get to the playoffs because that's when it matters. That's the mentality of these guys. That is our mentality. You turn my volume down.
I had to.
That's the mentality of this team. That's the mentality of a winner. Andy Pettit, when he was playing for the
Astros. Or the Yankees.
that dude would not start pitching till like after the All-Star game. He would not come up, and then he would like
Everyone, yeah,
He's
baseball
like,
season.
I also don't do road games. Why? Because that guy was a playoff guy. We're a playoff team.
Yeah.
It's going to be frustrating in the regular season for us sometimes because they are bored.
We're a veteran squad. We're an experienced squad. And it was the thing I made on pre-gaming. My point about Bouch is that it gets called laziness in the regular season when he's not full of intensity. And I argue that same laziness I call calmness is his best attribute now in the NHL playoffs when the pressure's on in your own end, when the pressure's on from your own fans, city, fan base. Evan Bouchard, steady as a rock, calm as shit the entire way. That then takes us to 2-0 for the Edmonton Oilers, where Connor McDavid scores his first of 2 goals in this hockey game, assisted by Zachary Martin-Hyman and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. That is straight up nightmare fuel for Cody Ceci to have to try and defend this. Brett, I think we do have a screenshot as well of this, because pour one out for our old friend Cody and Hugo as well, because he never had a chance.
What's the
on
split
this
screen?
one.
Is it Cody's face and reaction?
Can
we zoom in on his face, the reaction?
Yeah, feel
This
bad
was
for
him
the
in
man
practice for years.
at this point, but hey, the point I want to make, down at the one end, Brett Kulak gets a stick
Massive.
caught in his skate there. It doesn't allow the Stars to fully backcheck. You allow the Oilers top line with speed, those 3 players, to book it on down the ice, hoof it, and then this is when you know Nuge is feeling it. No hesitation. Right back on 97's tape. Give and go. Top corner where Mama hides the cookies. That was sick.
How angry were you when he did not shoot? Like, I know it's a split-second reaction, but there's a time where you're like,
Low me, never.
but it goes in the net the other way. Because if he dishes it back and it doesn't go in, everyone's losing their mind on Nuge for not shooting that. So great on it going in, but you could feel it in everybody's bones. Like they all want to go, shoot. Okay, go ahead. Okay, they went in the net.
We all saw who it was.
But
It was like, yeah,
moly.
you're not going to shoot.
Yeah.
You're going to pass and it's going to be perfect.
Hey, and that's what sometimes we bitch about. They look for the perfect play. They do too much passing. Well, then
That's
you get
why.
highlights like that. and you kind of understand why they do it. So the Oilers have a 2-0 lead after 20 minutes. They were the better team through 20 minutes. They outshot them 11-9, not the other way, Coombsy. And then you get to the second period where I said the Stars kind of took some of the momentum in this hockey game, and it ends up being a Jason Robertson goal. The Stars kill off the puck, really grab the momentum, and then it's The turtle himself, Liam Bichelle, out from the points. This one goes 5-hole through Stuart Skinner. I think if you asked him, he would want this one back. I hate that it had to be Bichelle that does this one. He's the turtle. Hey, it was tough, but that was a part of them grabbing the momentum in the second period. Rick, less than the goal, what did you think of the turtling the other night? I didn't have you here for postgame.
Which turtle? Because he also, he does not. He does not turtle against Podzilla, but he definitely backs.
But he got scared.
No, you know what I'm going to use the word? He cowered.
Whoa.
He cowered to Podzilla.
Just like his old man. I'm kidding.
He covered up. He covered up the noodle when Paris is ready to roll, and Podzilla's like, "Hey, listen, I'm not Perry, so you should be a little more happy to take me on." And he cowered. He cowered. Just like his captain would cower in these situations. Have you seen their captain do a damn thing this season, this playoff round?
No.
He's cowering. He's scared. He knows he can't handle us.
Yeah, he doesn't have the boots. Like Corey Perry also lacks the boots.
You know what Corey
Jamie
Perry's got?
Benn, Heart, dog per 60.
Mitts.
Yeah, he does have the
Mitts
mitts as well.
Filthy, silky mitts.
So the point I want to make, right? So the Stars, they've got that momentum. The building does get at its lowest. At the
You're
most
thinking
quiet,
about game one.
At the most quiet, it got to at any
You're
point.
thinking
And you
about
are
Little Bar's
starting-
game one.
You are starting to feel, oh shit, is this going to start spitballing against the Edmonton Oilers? Is the table going to turn here? Or the turntables, actually.
Oh,
And
the
then it's Connor
turntables.
McDavid scoring his second goal of the hockey game with 18 seconds left, assisted from one Evan Bouchard. I keep saying it over and over, but big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments.
Should we sign both those guys?
I think we're going to sign both those guys,
Should we?
and
All
I
right,
think
just checking.
they're going to be an instrumental part in our, hopefully, cup year. Connor McDavid walks in. I love that shot of Mikko Rantanen after he scores this goal. Brett, if you're able to pause it, please do, because this is the epitome of what I'm sure all Stars fans felt.
Should have traded
Pizza
me
board,
again.
everybody on the bench. Holy shit, I can't believe we allowed a backbreaker with 18 seconds left in the period to regain the 2-goal lead for the Oilers.
It's
Kunze,
like he's thinking he could stop Connor McDavid. Like, stop it. Why would you even think that?
They're doing top line against top line here. That's what they're doing. They're saying, all right, there's a minute
Quote
left.
unquote top line.
Yeah, there's a minute left in the period here. There's the last shift. We're going to go top guys against top guys. And this is what we were talking about earlier. The Stars, they're a good team. They have a lot of depth. They have a lot of quality players. You look up and down the lineup, they have, nobody's weak. You don't see anybody in the Dallas roster and think, oh, man, that guy playing NHL minutes, what are you thinking? That guy's bad. But the Stars don't have the top-level talent to go against a Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl.
Do you
They
think
put
that
their top line against here, the all-finished top line. What are they going to do? The
There's
Oilers
no
score.
finish.
They have the all-finished, no-finish top
Yeah.
line. That's
I'd
absolutely
argue no one
Work
but
the
the
ends.
Avalanche
Work
has
the
that
ends.
top-end talent.
Work the ends.
Colorado's the only other team in the league that probably has it. Maybe Toronto.
But do you think that
Not in the playoffs, that's
Not
for
in the
sure.
playoffs. In the regular season, Toronto
do
has
you
it.
think Dallas puts out their first line against our top line and goes, "Hey, listen, they're not really good at defensive hockey. So if you guys pressure them, you can get them."
Then they haven't seen Connor McDavid's interviews, because don't ask that man about playing defensive
But
hockey.
I still don't think that this team gets the respect.
No, they definitely
No,
don't.
this-
But hey, let them
I don't want
do
their-
that. They need to have one thing that they got to talk about. Whatever,
Your
that's the
football
old-
team. Your football team was won 5 in a row or something like that. They still went into their locker room and said, "It's us versus the world, you guys." Who the hell's betting against you?
Nobody believes in the
We
New England
actu-
Patriots. You're
But
like
we
minus
actually
180
have
Super
people
Bowl.
picking against us.
Yep, absolutely,
That has to piss off 9-7 and 2-9.
without a doubt. So in that
Well,
second period,
more people thought Dallas was going to win this series than Edmonton. The experts, it was like,
Can we quotation experts, by the way?
yeah. It was like
I never claimed to be an expert. Never
14
claimed
out
to
of
be-
19, I think people polled were voting for Dallas.
Does that not prove to you that people out east are really not watching the games out west? Like they're watching the highlights in the morning on the
So,
morning shows? I don't know what to say.
I've got a take for this, and
On
it's
Toronto Sports
Yeah.
News.
It's one that I never
Whoa.
want to do. We're
Or the
getting
other
so
one.
sidetracked through this credit scoring. So maybe with that one, sometimes it does frustrate me a little bit, because I'm a guy that literally watches every single Oiler game, talks about every game. I remember pretty good. When you see a talking head or someone in the States who clearly didn't watch the Oilers game
so
and is talking
obvious,
about
man.
them, it is very, very frustrating to do. I love, pardon my take, when Big Cat was trying to break down how Stuart Skinner should play goalie, I was ready to lose it. And
It
I love
is
you,
every
Big Cat.
sport, though. To be fair, whether it's Major League Baseball, NBA, hockey,
Yeah,
NFL,
yeah.
if you're a Western team, everyone's gone to bed and nobody
Yeah.
cares.
And I understand it.
All those guys are 70 years old. They go to bed at 6 p.m.
I'm 32 and I go to
Okay.
bed at 9.
Back to the scoring summary as we enter the third period. So
we still
Stuart
covering that?
Skinner makes a huge save on one side of the ice. A game saver could even be possibly.
My
and then
goalie.
before you know it, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins zips one down the ice to Zachary Martin-Hyman waiting at the blue line, and he brings it in. The man was so due. He was ice cold. He was looking for him. We talked about during the game. Could that open up the floodgates for Zachary Martin-Hyman? Brett, that brings me right into the next goal of the hockey game. Zachary Martin-Hyman scores again by Evander Kane. And this is it. Shout out to Kaner.
Hot dang,
Taking
what
it
a
around the
pass.
half wall, bringing the speed. He's bigger, and he goes, hey, throw the puck into a dangerous area. We know our boy ZMH. Floodgates were open right there. He gets the bounce, gets the redirection, puts it over the left shoulder of Jake Ottinger. Zach Hyman, is he back? He's been hitting like crazy, but we've all talked about it. Been a little bit snake-bitten, not at the 54-goal pace of last regular season. Something tells me he's about to start scoring some goals.
Just important goals, buddy. It's quality, not quantity.
Clutch goals, you might even say.
Quality, not quantity. Look, this is another example of the Edmonton Oilers just being a very good veteran team, because at this point, what was the score before that goal?
4-1.
4-1. So you know Dallas is going to pretty much throw everything at the wall and come at you, right? So as when you're in your own zone, you know you're going to have 1 to 2 hard forecheckers on you. Make the quick 1 pass, 2 pass, and then you get to turn around and have an odd man rush the other way. That's exactly what happened here. You got it. They had their opportunities, a quick transition, turn around, go, and then they had enough skill in them to actually put the biscuit in the basket, and pretty much that was the foot on the throat.
What are you looking at right there? Zachary Martin-Hyman
What I'm
numbers?
looking at here is the fact that, and I was going to illustrate the fact that Zach Hyman's probably there hasn't been maybe, in terms of forwards, a better free agent signing in NHL history. I think when you look for the D-men, you see Zdeno Chara for the Boston Bruins. But if you're looking for who's going to add a winger in free agency, Marian Hossa, Zach Hyman, those are the two. You look at Zach Hyman's numbers in Toronto, 345 games played with the Leafs, 86 goals, 185 points. It's good numbers. He's a solid player. But 308 games with the Oilers, 144 goals, 258 points. And in the playoffs for Zach Hyman now, 66 games now, 33 goals in the playoffs. It's crazy. You can't think of very many players that made it to the open market who have made this much of an impact on an NHL team. And Zach Hyman's right up there with the Marian Hossas and the Zdeno Charas of the world, who's the most impactful free agent signings.
And it's the impact he's had with one of the best player in the world, 97. He scored 50 goals. He's now found this hitting game that is literally come out of absolutely
That's
nowhere.
going to annoy a lot of people next year, because in the regular season, again, he just wants to be healthy.
Hey,
So he's
they're
not
saving
gonna
it for the
throw
playoffs, like you said about
That's what I'm
Bouchard.
talking about.
Exactly what you said.
That's what we've been
team is
asking for years.
Yes, we have it.
100%.
What do you think about Toronto fans right now? What are they thinking about when they look at Zachary Martin-Hyman?
Fuck. I bet I can quote my pal Nick Alberga, the host of Leafs Morning Take.
What did he say when we signed him?
They knew it wasn't
know.
going to age well, but
I don't know.
It's aging fantastic.
they weren't
Editor and
expecting
Leaf.
this.
Editor and Leaf can sure suck it. We still have that tweet saved
Oh,
somewhere
Put it
as
up.
well.
Yeah.
Put it up. Just
Then the
post it somewhere.
final goal of the game will
Remind
close
them.
out the Greta scoring summary. John Klingberg with his first goal of the playoffs. And goddamn, what a goal that was from the boy. Showing some patience, absolutely dog walking. I think that was Colin Blackwell there. That's the thing of beauty. That's when you know it's a Sunday fun day and everything's going right for the Oilers. Late power play goal. They don't have the top unit out there. Klingberg's able to pad the stats. Goomsy, John Klingberg has been a revelation in this postseason. Rick, you are the most sunshine, rainbows, Kool-Aid dispensing, Kool-Aid drinking Oilers fan I know. There's no way you thought John Klingberg was going to be this good.
Oh,
No one.
did.
Maybe you should go back and listen to the O&R
No.
episodes.
I
then.
don't believe it.
Nobody.
Go back
No.
and text Tyler Yaremchuk right
No.
now. Text Liam Horban right now, because they dislike me. I said that was a really good signing, and even if it's at 1.7 or the other one, it was going to be whatever 775. I was like, even at 1.7, this is a depth guy, and if we can get 80% of what John Klingberg actually is, this is going to be a cheap deal. This is a cheap deal. John Klingberg is just making himself about 6. Go right ahead. Yeah.
I went to the source. Luckily, I have a group chat with
We
both
thought
Tyler
he
and
was
Liam.
there. Yeah, Liam's going to be upset.
We thought he was going to be the contract traded back to San Jose when they acquired Jake Walman. Nope. We said, you have a case of traded to San Jose-itis.
Dude, I like this from D Nice 41. D Nice. Stan Bowman deserves a ton of credit
Yes, he
for the
does.
additions they've made. And while it's funny, because your Jeff Skidders, your Albertsons, you're sitting in the press box, your Freddies, your John Klingbergs, and your Kasperi Kapanens have been unbelievable and
Wally?
a huge part of this run.
Wally?
Jake Wallman,
Wally?
yeah, that's true.
They said Holy.
Wally?
Olivier
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
And-
Wally?
So that'll do it for the greatest scoring summary is the Edmonton Oilers. Bang, there it is.
There it is.
I knew that I had it
This
in
is
here
such a bad
in the
post.
ONE somewhere.
I usually don't.
Yes.
I'm usually not one to hold on to bad posts, but this
Oh,
is
yeah.
such a bad.
I've literally been holding on to this in our Canva
He
for
deleted
about
it.
3
He-
years now.
He did delete it like 2.5.
Hey,
why would
3
you
years
say that?
later,
You
right?
don't
The
get
thing-
it.
no,
You
the
don't get
thing-
it past
hold on.
Oilersnation.
This is why
The
you'll
thing-
never win a series.
The thing that pisses me off about this is like, look, Zach Hyman is a low draft pick from Toronto who made his way up and he made his thing. You should be happy that he's leaving and making good money somewhere else. You shouldn't care. And he saw, Editor and Leaf saw this, and I mean, I understand that his whole bit is to be a big-time homer, but at the end of the day, like, you should see a local Toronto player doing their thing and doing well and pop them up. And you don't do that. You do the opposite. You bring them down, and that's what makes your fans look bad. That's why the other fans in the league look at it and they think, you guys suck.
They just like you.
And that's why the Stuart Skinner haters. I don't like that. We don't need any more of that because he's a local boy as well. He can delete this all he wants. We got it up
Oh,
here.
it's internet.
And I've
Type
got it
that.
saved
You type that, you said it. You
on
said
my
send.
computer. That does it for the scoring summary, 6-1 for the Edmonton Oilers as they take a 2-1 series lead. Let's now go to the good, the bad, the oily. Brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Download their app today because people on game days, they've got a beautiful, beautiful deal. Brett, if you got it in here, it's $29.97. It's 2 boxes with 2 spring rolls, 2 signature boxes with 2 spring rolls, $29.97. You see what they did there. Sounds delicious, sounds affordable as well. Download their app, and when you do that, you can even get the 1,500 customer loyalty rewards points, which is $15 in real cash value. Brett, hit it for me. The good tonight, I went with Stuart Skinner through and through. I keep saying it. I think that's the best he has looked throughout these playoffs, and he's already had 3 shutouts in the last 4 games. 33 saves on 34 shots are the numbers right now for a .971 save percentage. And hey, the last game at points, it looked a little weird. He looked out of position. He was falling over. He was playing pucks. At no point tonight did I ever not have the confidence in Stuart Skinner. Glove saves here, glove saves there, sliding. What we always talk about,
Lateral
the lateral
movement.
movement side to side. And what did Stuart Skinner do in this hockey game? Had a huge one in the first period. I can't remember who it was on. Can't say enough good things
Doesn't matter.
about Stu's performance, Coombsy.
Yeah, there was a lot of good things to like about this game for the Oilers. I mean, the kind of stat that we're looking for with Stuart Skinner is, shutouts in 3 of his last 4 games. And that's what you see. And you're like, oh, yeah, the shutout, that's the huge win for the Oilers. But Stuart Skinner in this one, despite the fact there's no shutout next to his name, next to the W, was just as good in any of those shutout performances in this game in Game 3 for the Oilers. It was, a 6-1 final where it looks like they beat the wheels off of Dallas. But there was a big chunk of that game, at least 30 minutes, where it looked like a coin flip. It looked like this could go any other way. And Stuart Skinner was very, very good for the Oilers. Came up with a handful of key saves. And this is the exact goalie they need in order to win the Stanley Cup. Stuart Skinner can't just be mediocre to beat Sergei Bobrovsky, to beat Jake Ottinger, whoever it is.
The Stu haters, Rick, a little quiet right now in the chat.
Good, they should be.
Goddamn right they should be. With good comes bad, and bad, I hate to say this one, it's a Connor Brown injury. He got absolutely lit up by Alex Petrovic there. That was a shoulder to head. First contact was in the head. He left his feet. There was no call. It sucks. The Oilers still win this hockey game. I believe he was yanked by the concussion spotter. I would hope he was yanked by the concussion spotter because I think everyone in this bar, building, city, fan base in the hockey world knew that didn't look very good for Connor Brown, and he got his bell rung. At least with bad, there is some good. You've got your Jeff Skinners. You've got your Victor Arvidssons. But the tough part is Brownie has been our Fernando. He's not only been great offensively with the chip in, the offensive depth scoring, but he's a dog on the PK, and he is, in my opinion, the Oilers' best penalty killer. It's not even close.
Next man up.
Goddamn right, Rick.
We had a goaltender swap. What happened?
Next man up.
UC Mark
And then
Ty
the
Gunn.
next
We had
man
a-
up again.
Arvidsson had to leave. What
Kapanen
happened?
scored the
What
OT
happened?
winner.
Next man up. This team is deep.
Echo him down. Klingberg in. Next
Or
man up.
Stetcher.
Yeah,
Stetcher
or
over
Stetcher.
Emerson.
Yeah.
They'll replace him all the time. You know what, though? My bad. I don't think that was our best game.
No, definitely not.
I think for the first 30 minutes, probably, we were half a second, a quarter of a second off everything. We had passes that were just out of the way. We were missing guys.
Defensive zone turnovers where
Our
Stu bailed the team out.
Exactly. And then even coverage defensively
Yeah.
was not great. that was not our best game.
And we
we
won by
stopped
five.
Dallas.
And we won by 5s. Hey, when we
Show us
lose,
some respect.
I get into my loser bag.
What if
I
you
will be
called
honest.
Ronnie a tart? Ronnie a tart?
Moneypuck.com has the Dallas Stars
That's
at
Ronnie a tart?
65.8. Stop it. 65.8% for the deserve to win meter in favor of the Stars, and the Oilers won 6-1. That's when sometimes
Little score effects in
numbers
there, though.
exactly,
Little score
and I get it.
effects.
Hey, numbers are numbers.
We'll call
The
that
only thing
4-1
that matters,
real, though.
W's. With good comes bad. With bad comes oily, and we went with the Sunday fun day that it is. Do you have Jason Greger's tweet in here as well? Because he had a good one talking about, how many Oilers fans are on their way to a Sunday fun day drunk right now? Good percentage, I would think.
Don't drink and
Couldn't be
drive.
me. Do not drink and drive. You be smart out there.
Limes
You
are out.
get your Ubers. Yeah,
Limes,
scooter home.
birds, come on.
It's a beautiful.
It's nice. You get a little
Mix in the
Sunday.
water.
I say this all the time. My Uber bill during the NHL playoffs is I like to have some suds, especially after a day like this. You want to have a good Sunday fun day.
Hydration's key.
Hey,
Hydration's key.
and my Uber bill can be nuts. You know how much cheaper that is than a DUI? Okay, you don't need to do any of that.
$25.
Be smart. Be
At
smart.
least 32.
But as Gregor says here, Sunday fun day. Doesn't get any better than these vibes. You can clearly tell we're having a great time. The sun be shining. Brett's got the sun just going in on his back. Brett's still wearing his cape. Coombsy, you want to have a day today?
Yeah, I was gonna say my boom performer. We're not there yet. I don't know if we're there yet. Have we done that?
No,
But,
we're gonna do it right now.
Okay, perfect.
So it's brought to you by Odd Company Nation Beer, Everyday
Brought to
Lager.
you by Oilers Nation every day.
Perfect.
Brought to you
For
by
game day. Perfect for every single day of the week. Pick them up 2 Odd Company locations in the Edmonton area. And if not, check out liquorconnect.com. Find out which local liquor stores be carrying these bad boys. Coombsy, the floor is yours for a boom.
Yeah, my boom was going to be the fact that it is like 26 degrees and sunny in late May. We're feeling really good about this because we're only 2 months removed from it being March, and I brought up my patio furniture at the beginning of March. The beginning of March, like early March, like late.
Manifesting.
Yeah,
Manifesting.
I brought it out in like the first weekend of March thinking, yeah, it's only -6. We're fine. And it snowed, 7 times since then on my patio furniture. But here we are now, and it's, late May, and it's like 26 degrees and sick.
You're going to hate this one.
I love it.
Final buzzer. Boomer Rick.
What's that?
I asked for a boom, and he called you a boomer.
Who called
See,
you?
that's the most
I'm not that
boomer.
old.
Because if you can't read the screen,
I can't see that far. That's fine.
What is that, Rick? Who brought the boom tonight? Who's your hot performer?
You know what? The nail in the coffin came from the captain 9-7. I think he performed. He did everything on the score on the game sheet too, right? Like he's had a very solid game. It's just you're like, we need some points. We keep winning, so you don't really get worried about it too much. But it was 2-1. People are a little bit worrisome, kind of. He comes out there, grabs that 3-1 lead with 18.8 seconds to go in the second. We all know if you score at that point of a period, it is demoralizing to go back into your room. We had it happen to us before. We've been there. Everyone's been through this. Connor came out, grabbed that one, pulled us to the end of the game.
Who am I? Mikko Rantanen, after Connor McDavid scored that goal with 18 seconds left. We broke him in that moment, and you felt like after that, the Oilers needed that one. For my boom, can't believe we haven't mentioned him yet, Stuart Skinner, he's the MVP. He's my first star, 33 saves,
You need him a
34
good and a
shots.
boom. I feel like that's taking the easy way out.
You're right, it is taking the easy way out. So you know what I'll do?
Please.
Bring Troy Stetcher. I'm going to use Troy Stetcher for the boom because I thought, HDMH, height does not measure heart. That dude, even when he's out of position, he back checks so hard. He battles so hard. And more often than not, for a little man out there, he's walking away of that battle.
He's like
with the
Chris
puck.
Russell, but actually on a league minimum contract.
And he had a couple sick blocks in this
He
hockey
did.
game. 17 minutes, 43 seconds, +2, 1 block, 1 hit. Troy Stetcher, one that you got to really appreciate. And then, of course, Evan Bouchard. That goes without saying. Sign this man right now.
10 times 8.
Do we have any dooms? Do we have any dooms that we want to give out?
It's
Brett,
so
if you have a
hot
boomer,
outside.
doom as well.
It's so hot.
That's the boom. That's not a doom. You're wearing a quarter zip when it's 26 degrees.
It's a half zip now.
There it is.
Hello.
There it is. Let it breathe.
Sorry.
Rick, you got in a doom tonight. I guess I could say, you go through it. I'm just going to take the cop out and say Jake Ottinger. He had a 750 save percentage in this hockey
That is a
game.
boom
18
for me.
saves on 24 shots. No, he brought the doom, though. He brought the doom for his own team, Jake Ottinger. did not have a good performance. Anyone you want to single out?
I think this team, the Dallas Stars, sit there on their bench. They look across the ice. They see that Edmonton Oilers organization, that team on the ice, and they know that's a mountain too high that they can't climb. This whole team, what they do to the other team just by looking at them, just like not even hitting the ice yet, just by looking, knowing who's on the other side, it's kick in the gut.
Yeah, so with Rupe Hintz out, the Stars had a situation
He
where
needs to drink more milk, I think.
Yeah, where they needed to
Strengthen
find.
those bones.
If that breaks your bones or hurt,
That's so.
what
Soft.
the hell's going on, bro?
That's a pool noodle.
Paul Pierce said that was soft.
So
Paul Pierce went on a wheelchair before.
And then he came back 3 minutes later
he pooped
laughing.
himself.
he
Because he
got
pooped
stabbed,
himself.
and then he continued.
Continue, Coombsy. Doom.
Wyatt Johnson
Yeah.
came into this game, the winger that was the $8.5 million man for the Dallas Stars, a expensive player who, Rupe Hintz is injured, so this is who you're going to put back as the center. -2 in this game. Now he's a -17 in the playoffs. I mean, I'm saying plus minus ain't perfect, but if you're -17 in the playoffs, you're bad.
When it's that egregious,
You're
there's
bad.
definitely there's
You're
a
bad.
story there.
And the crazy thing is, if you like to gamble on this guy, you learned early in the season that he is money on the road. That he is best on the road. That's your best? It's bad.
That's a true gambler right there. And that
Give me the cats. Bring the cats on. Matt,
job's not finished.
let's go.
Job's not
Let's
finished.
go. Let's go.
Brett's just laughing his ass off. Brett, how's the show been so far from back there?
Fucking fantastic.
You goddamn right, brother.
Been
You
great
goddamn
back
right.
here.
We're having a great day. You just
No,
mentioned
I'm actually upset with this.
you just
You
mentioned
missed
some
an
bets.
opportunity to say fucking phenomenal.
All right, take two. Brett, how's the show going so far?
Brett's holding on to his dick.
Fucking phenomenal.
There it is. Let's go now. You
I am
just
happy,
mentioned
thank
some
you.
bets. Bet365 for Bordzy's Bankroll, brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today because whatever the moment, it is never ordinary at Bet365. They got series winners, puck lines, money lines, power play points, regular points, goals, assists, block shots, even over on the saves, which Stuart Skinner, we
22 and a
cashed
half?
that one. Yeah, 22 and a
Oh,
half.
buddy, that was the first leg of the mountain. You went right to the top.
Look at that one. Unfortunately, I didn't put that on Bordzy's Bankroll this afternoon, and
Shoulda.
I got a little caved in again. The playoffs are not treating me well right now. I got a Bouchard 1+ point at -165. I'm just going to keep that in that spot pretty much every single game for pre-gaming. Connor McDavid, 3 shots. He had 2 goals. He had 2 shots, and he's perfect on the evening. How do I complain about that?
Points, buddy.
I
Points.
can't.
His,
It was
his,
-150
his 2 points was -110.
because I went with Leon 2+ points at +120 like an idiot. And I went 1 for 3 on the evening. Rick, you make any money on
I
Bet365?
did not make any money, but I had a 5-part parlay there. So I had Leon over his shots. I don't think he took one. Should have realized on a home thing, he's going to sit out and play more defense. I had Skinner on his saves, hit it. Connor on 2 points, hit it. I believe it was Bush shots, hit it. But then I also had Connor at over 3.5 shots and did not hit that one.
Yeah, Coombsy, you didn't put anything down, right? Well, hey, we got a W. When we win the hockey game, I can deal with Bordzy's Bankroll going
Easily.
1 for 3.
Yeah.
We can do that, and it's for the love of the game, doing so responsibly and only betting what I am willing to lose.
We can play some dice later
Let's
on here.
go
and make that money
now.
back.
Let's do a couple super chats, Brett, because I believe where I left off. There it is from Soggy Corpse, $5. Stu is a Stanley Cup caliber goalie. Suck on that, you doubt. Nope, already read that one. Silver Merlin, $399.99 in the super chat. Holy fuck, what a day. Met McTavish in the elevator at the pad. What a fucking game. Stick taps for Ben, hearts for Tammy and her family. Coupe Ane. Try that again, Brett. Does that mean cup year? I'm just going to assume it does. African Child, the matinee curse is officially dead. Atheist payers going out to Nuge and Brown. Cup year. Atheist
Cup
prayers,
year.
I'm assuming is what that was. D-Pal, $69.99 after my own heart. Cup year. Oilin 5 LFG. And then Sherry, $199. Woo! It's an Oilers Cup year. Aloha.
Hello.
Does that mean she's in Hawaii?
Yeah.
This is what we get for having a
Did-
1 o'clock game.
Did I just get late? That was a dad joke, and we're done with that. I killed your mic so they can't hear you booing me. Final one that I do want to shout out is Tourism Jasper. They're awesome. Your summer memories start in Jasper right now. Drive on, head over, stay up late, have an awesome time because they are ready to welcome you back. The city that does incredible things, and hey, they're trying to revitalize the city. They've done a great job, and we can help them by going out to visit this summer. Hey, maybe you can do so. You're going to have to maybe do so in July because something tells me there might be some June Edmonton Oilers hockey. And the final one, shout out to Boston Pizza. Hey, we're down here at Greta. I recommend coming here if you want to get a little bit silly. But for the family crowd, I know we've got a little bit of everything here at Oilers Nation. BP's. It's a staple in every Western Alberta, BC small town. If you have a Tim's and you have a BP's, you're a real city in my book. And they want us to team up for the win. There's only 4 teams left. There's only 1 Canadian team left. Rick, do you welcome the bandwagoners? Because I do. I do.
No.
Why not?
Were you there in October? Were you there in November? Were you there in December?
Bitch, I've been hosting a show the whole
I'm
time.
not
But yeah,
asking
I know,
you.
you're right.
No, if you were,
You gave me eye
I'm taking
contact.
the bandwagon. We'll
No.
take the bandwagon.
don't jump on the bandwagon just
Yes.
because you want
Yes,
to feel
jump on the bandwagon.
just because you want to feel the joy.
Yes.
You weren't there. The joy is not just winning the cup. Part of the joy is the
We have a caste system.
what
You can come and enjoy a bottom amount of joy,
what it takes to get
but
there.
you can't enjoy the top amount of joy.
The ups and the downs and the ups. That's what you feel at the end.
Yeah, that's true. I get it. But
No,
Hey,
get off
no,
my
He's
bandwagon.
talking about trickle-down economics.
How many
but-
of these people were actually
if-
betting against us this round?
But what if you host a
last
pre and
round.
post game show and you want all hockey fans to tune into the show? They should hop on the bandwagon.
Do you get more attention from love or hate?
Probably
Exactly.
Definitely hate.
I get
You
attention.
want money?
Give me the hate. Give me the hate.
Exactly.
I
Let's
get
do what we
attention
can.
always.
Get off
Also-
our bandwagon.
All right, so we can close it out here. This has been a little bit everywhere. I've tried to keep the show on the rails as best I can, but that's what you're going to get after an Oilers W taking a 2-1 series lead, especially on a Sunday fun day. It's not too late to head on down here to Greta Bar Yag. Something tells me we're going to have a good evening, and I need someone to go park my car underground because it's outside your establishment. And we'll deal with that one later. And as we said,
Just
Jay
put it in the
Downton
neighborhood somewhere.
will be a little bit late to work tomorrow. Shout out to all you in the chat. I love and appreciate you. You guys are the best. That is now
Not the
10
bandwagon
wins for the Edmonton Oilers this postseason.
Get off our
10
bandwagon.
of 16.
We don't want you.
And hey, maybe we can see you at the parade. Shout out to Boston Pizza. Shout out to everyone in the chat, the sponsors, and of course, Coombsy, Rick, and my boy Brett Holden producing behind the scenes. This was a little chaotic version of Oilers Nation After Dark. We didn't have Doobie. We had to get back to our roots a little
We
bit,
missed
get a
Doobie
little
a
off the
little bit.
rails. And hey, love you all.
Doobie provides a lot of structure.
Throw down your like on the way out.
outside.
And we see it's still going right now. We will close it out and talk tomorrow, 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Oilers Nation
We
every
love our
day.
Doobie.
Should be me, Tyler, Liam, and our pal Louis DeBrusque that we do expect. Love you all. Enjoy the Sunday fun
Not the
day.
bandwagon
It's
people.
our world. Everyone else is just
Get off our
living in it.
bandwagon.
Good night.
We don't want you.